Hello, my monstrosities. Hello once again. Today I bring to you a DbD discussion video. This is going to be a different one, mainly because it's a special one. I don't plan to do this often. Maybe I might do this once a month at most if I do continue this. But I'm going to let you all treat this video like the forums. Not because I have any pull-ed behavior whatsoever, but because when I make certain videos, well, actually, just because of the community in general, when I make videos, every now and again, I'll just get some random vent comment that has absolutely nothing to do with the video. And I usually try to restrain myself from responding, like, hey, this isn't the forums. But this time I'll let anybody rip into whatever they want to in the comments down below. Now, this isn't something that I want to breed negativity. I don't want this to be one of those things where, oh, he has created a community on hate and people being angry at the devs. No, no, no. In fact, to an extent, I prefer if you were angry in my comment section instead of doing the absolute bat guano insane things I see people do on Twitter and on the forums against the devs. Because at the end of the day, they are just people doing a job that they have been tasked with. Now, I say all that to say, the thing that has been on my mind lately the most, that I've had extensive conversations in my comment section about, and sometimes on Twitter every now and again, is kind of what's going on with design. And I say that specifically for perk design, but also character design at this point, and map design. Everything about behavior and DBD's design lately has me really scratching my head because I really want to praise them very, very highly for Nick Cage. But everything else in the PTB lately has been tragic. It's truly been abysmal. And not just this PTB, but a lot of things lately. The reason that footage I'm using for this conversation is demo isn't because, no, oh my gosh, they let Netflix leave or Netflix, whatever. Yeah, no, I don't care about that. It's because I recently released a video for Game of Foot on Slinger. And I've been trying for a very long time since the perk has come out with Skull Merchant to make Game of Foot worth it. And I'm going to tell you right now. No, don't go, oh my gosh, so the Slinger video was bait? It works in very niche cases. And even then, I sometimes do struggle to see if it is ever worth it. The reason it worked in my Slinger video is because with Stabiffle and the way that I've played the game, my playstyle rather, it allows me to absolutely kickstart the snowball that I want on Stabiffle Slinger. However, when I have tried this perk on anybody else, you will see me playing Stabiffle demo here. It just is not worth it. It does not fulfill its purpose in any other fashion, and I've been testing this for months. Now, I'm not a genius, and sometimes I can be boosted. I don't know it all. If you have somebody that has some Game of Foot cracked build for a specific baddie, let me know. I will try it. Probably in my downtime. If somebody's already done it, then that's whatever. But that isn't the main crux of this video. This video is that all things lately seem to be very useful for bad guys in a very specific situation, and it's annoying. Now, before I start getting the heat that I said you can do in my comment section, this comes kind of off the back of a comment that, again, had nothing to do with the video. It was like, oh my gosh, why is it that the bad guys complain about a perk and it gets nerfed and none of the bad guys' perks get nerfed? Well, first off, they just haven't looked at any patch notes history ever. So I'm going to try to steer away from that stupid comment. But to that extent, a lot of the reason why the bad guy perks don't get touched as much, especially when the devs painfully, obviously, look at pick rates mostly, is because a lot of things just don't work on a lot of people. It just doesn't work on a lot of people until you get to a situation where they've made 3 perks that do the same thing and you can stack those on top of each other. Which is what my main issue is with a lot of their design lately. Singularity has come out, right? And I already knew nobody was going to click the video because it was Singularity. I already knew that. But the thing that makes me upset is the more I try to truly give Singularity a chance, the more reductive everything feels. It seems like they're overcooking to make you think that there's more than there really is. And I don't like that. It's not like they're truly trying to deceive you. But a lot of the perks and characters that have come out lately, it's like, oh my gosh, you have this, it's so complicated, people won't get it. And then you find out that the strategy that works is very simple. It is very simple. You know why that is? Because it's not nearly as complicated as people think that it is. Gold Merchant. Oh, nobody's going to be able to understand that the drones, and then the exposed, and then the undetectable, and then the rings, you won't get it. And then they slap drones at 3 gens and never leave. Oh, but Singularity is so complex, you're not going to understand Singularity because it takes so much. And, to an extent, that's true. But the more diving I've done, I don't think that Singularity is actually complex. I think he's actually very simple. And the thing that's complex is trying to make him usable in any scenario except for the one that he works. Which is spam a bunch of stuff at the person you're chasing. Hope something sticks, quite literally. And try to get the down that way. For Spirit Fury and Fire Up, camera doesn't work 90% of the time because there's either something blocking the way or they have an EMP to disable it. And you get nothing. You can't teleport for free. You can't infect people for free. If you have something that wasn't programmed to harm the crew, it's not going to harm the crew, is what I'm learning. And it's just mentally exhausting to try to juggle anything more than what you need to in the moment. You set up cameras across the map thinking that it'll be great for you to check in on things. Oops, all EMPs. And yeah, you can see somebody working on a gen in your face, but now you have to come out of your camera to walk over to there. And you can't do it too close to a hook or else, hey, you were trying to get away from the hook? Nope, there's a penalty on that. Nothing about Singularity is redeeming, in my opinion, when I could play anybody else. But I've made this video. Nothing about Game of Foot in this video is redeeming that I couldn't do with something else. When I first tried Game of Foot, I was putting on like Rancor to, try to take people out. Because yes, in the PTB it had the interaction that you would immediately go down. But even then, if you take the first person out, the next person you have to find is the person that you have chased the most. If 3 people are up still. If you're just going Rancor endgame build. But you can't always do that. So what's better to just make the obsession switch so you can then have Rancor? Nemesis. Nothing about this perk is good enough to warrant why it would be nerfed. Which comes back to that comment earlier. There's not many things coming out for the bad guy side that are good enough to be nerfed. Truly, tell me what's the latest thing that's come out that deserves to be nerfed. And I'll keep an open mind. But please, don't be too whiny and actually tell me about Stabiffle. I don't care, because it truly is a non-issue. It truly isn't. That you had to hit people 8 times to get the most value from it. And that means that you were doing your job and not just going 1, 2, 3 on one person. So, yeah, it can feel bad once it's up, but that's that. I say all this to say, map design isn't getting better, perk design isn't getting better, character design, outside of Nick Cage, isn't getting better. And I'll let you all rip into the comments about whatever you want, and I'll talk about it, maybe, instead of making a bunch of videos. Yeah, we'll see what I do, though. But, yeah, if you like the video, like it. Have a comment for me, or in general that you want to rage into the abyss, comment. And until next time, peace out, my monstrosities.